Welcome to Squeeze the Day Saturday. Hi, single moms. So, before we start, tell me you're a single mom without telling me you're a single mom. I'm in my closet trying to talk to you because I said I would on Saturdays, and that's what I'm trying to stick to. When I fall short of that, I definitely apologize because I'm definitely doing everything I can to listen to that goal I have set for you to be able to see. So let's jump right in. I'm going to show you what we're talking about today on Squeeze the Day Saturday to give you a new state of mind, a new state of seeing yourself, and a new state of flourishing. Because as single moms, we are always doing, and it can be exhausting. And when you're exhausted as a single mom, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts are all possibilities. And a lot of people think that single moms just have to be exhausted, and it's not true. And I wanted to share with you one of my experiences as a single mom, definitely in burnout. So let me go ahead and share that with you. What brought me to this video for Single Mom Squeeze the Day Saturday.
What was that flip of a switch moment that permanently changed your life or perspective?
Middle of a pandemic, lost my job as a single mom, and no savings or anything like that to back it up. Extremely happy, jumping for joy, tears of joy. That's when I knew you're doing too much. We're gonna do this different. We're gonna get a job eventually, and we're gonna do this different. We're gonna help other women as we do it. Follow me on YouTube.
That's how I knew I was definitely burned out. I already had tried to seek like therapy and things like that, so I at least have someone to talk to. So that's the first thing I did to try to jump back from burnout as a single mom. But it's really not a jump. It's really a lot of different things that you put in action so that you can have time to yourself and clear your mind of the exhaustion. Because what happens with exhaustion as a single mom is you start just going through the motions and you see yourself, you've done the day, but at the end of the day, you have nothing to account for. You don't even feel like you were there almost. It's like you're just a shell of a person, a shell of your former self. And one of the things I want you to think about as a single mom is this. What's the first thing you did when you entered this world? What was your purpose? So your purpose was to be a human being, not a human doing, a human being. And your need was love, care, affectionate, right? Constant grooming, taking care of baths, and anytime you're hungry, you ate and you received things. That is a good example. Yes, all humans are human beings to some extent, are all born with that purpose originally. But you specifically, single moms, I want you to think about that, because what I want to talk about is how to get back to that. Not necessarily infant status, okay, but human beings as far as the feminine energy that we are supposed to possess, right? You're a single mom and you've had a child or you've adopted a child, whatever the case may be. Our role in feminine energy, we all operate in a certain energy all over the world, and we feel that energy. It's kind of like when you walk into a room and people are arguing and they stop when you walk in. They might not be arguing at the time. You don't know what they're arguing about, but you feel uncomfortable, right? You feel the energy in the room. Energy matters. And I want to talk about the feminine and the masculine energies for the single mom, especially the exhausted single mom. Because once you stop coming back to that feminine energy, your likelihood of being exhausted skyrockets. Because it's like you're playing a part that isn't yours to play all the time. In that video, I spoke about my realization that I was definitely burnt out and I need to do things differently. And one of the first things I looked into was femininity, how to get back to that. So I'm going to give you an example, masculine and feminine energies. You have a garden. Somebody has to plant the garden, right? Put the seeds in, water it regularly, till the soil before putting the seeds in, making sure that the weeds are pulled out of the garden. Someone has to do that. The person doing that is acting in the masculine energy. okay? Because you're a doer. You're doing things. You're assessing the situation and seeing what needs to be taken care of, and you're taking care of it. That's a masculine energy. And so you see how we do that on a daily basis. When we wake up and when we go to bed, we know we're going to wake up doing those things. We know we're going to have to use that masculine energy because we're single parents. So I'm here with you on this and able to tell you that this is possible. This is something that you can take a break, rest your mind, your body from doing. So the gardener is the masculine energy, acting, doing, right? The garden itself is the feminine energy, receiving that care, receiving that, the relief from those weeds being pulled out of the garden, okay? So, and the same thing goes as to why on so many of my videos on this channel are about your feelings and talking yourself through those feelings, because a lot of single moms their gardens are filled with weeds, right? Because they're so busy being the gardener and cultivating the other gardens, with our children are our gardens of cultivation. They are the good we see in our hard work to see, is it paying off, how it's paying off, if it's not paying off. You know, my mother's a teacher, and she has her master's in education specifically for special needs, and also she's able to see children with behavioral problems, and she says typically you go straight to the parent. If they're having behavioral problems, you need to look at the home. And that's true, because the gardener is either assessing correctly that child, right? That garden, what needs to be done differently. How is the gardener gardening, right? That child, and then the flowers and everything in the garden come accordingly. They do their job. And the same is with our children. But also the same is with ourselves. We can't do our job fully if we're not tending to our gardens, ourselves, our beings, our feminine energies correctly. We become super exhausted because we're not playing the role that we were born to live in, born to play. And the first thing you can do to combat that, to assist with that, is beauty regimens. It doesn't cost any money. Something as simple as when you get out of the shower, you lotion up your full body from head to toe, and while you're lotioning up, you talk to your body parts. You talk to yourself about the beauty within your body. Even if you don't believe it yet, say loving things. Oh, your elbows are nice, and look how they bend. They help you bend. Ooh, that feels good. I like the massage right there on my upper arm. It deserves it. It works so beautifully. It works hard. You know, ooh, got some nice arms. Ooh, like my arms. Ooh, those thighs. Okay. You know, lotion up body parts and talk lovingly to yourself. Because oftentimes single moms, I think people think that we're desperate. You hear all these different YouTubes and things like that talking about single moms are easy and things like that. I never even click on it. Maybe it's just clickbait, but I have a feeling it's not. And I bring this up to only say, you have to stand for something, or you will stand for anything. If you don't have a way of comforting yourself and telling yourself how great you are, you will fall for the first man that does. You will enter the first marriage you can, hoping you can get some assistance with these children because you're so exhausted and you haven't taken care of yourself and you've lost your feminine energies. And you're hoping for any gardener to come and cultivate your garden of femininity. And we don't need that, okay? So yes, you have to start somewhere, and that's a good place to start. Lotioning and moisturizing yourself. Because think about it, if you're a garden, right, your femininity, you need to be... the soul needs to be messed with, the weeds need to be taken out, things like that. To not moisturize your skin, that's the same as the equivalent of having weeds. So that's something you can do. You can also do some research at Dollar Tree, things you can put together to make do your nails, do your mask, a regimen, 30 minutes a day, 10 to 30 minutes a day. Start doing that, because that will start giving back to you and reminding you of who you are and a being, just being taken care of. That's really important for single mom exhaustion. And something else I want you to think about is the grocery store. At the grocery store, depending on the region you live in, you might have a bagger say, hey, can I help you, walk you to your car? Take it. Yes, you can. Yes, he can help you. Yes, she can help you. yes, let them load to the car. And when you get to the car, please refrain from putting the bags in yourself, because that is not the point, ladies. We need to be taken care of. Find different ways to do it in healthy ways. And that is definitely one. When someone is opening a door, let people open doors for you. Yes, because you do enough all day. You do enough. So yes, sometimes I just stand there now, wait for the person to go, and then I sneak in like, thanks, thank you. Because you got to remember that. You got to remember that no matter the journey that got you to becoming a single mom, you're still a woman. You're still worthy of being taken care of. And not only worthy of being taken care of, that is your essence. You are expected to be, even as a single mom. So don't forget that, because that's the first step to the single mom exhaustion. Please, if this is new for you, if you're in a new journey as a single mom, please take 30 minutes for your day to remind yourself of just being. Okay? Take care. Let's wipe away the single mom exhaustion. It's not necessary. It is not something we have to be. I know it's a stigma that single moms are just going to be ran ragged, but we don't have to be. We have to start taking a stand and doing things to remind ourselves of that. And so I hope you can do that. What would you like to start as a beauty regimen? What is something you would like to work on and improve upon, and how you see yourself as the feminine energy that you are, as the garden? I want you to cultivate yourself. I want you to put that work into yourself that you have put into everyone else, for the sake of your children, for the sake of your responsibilities as a mother. And I want you to make sure that if you have to cancel any appointments, send the kids to bed early for 30 minutes earlier, whatever you have to do to make this work, do it, because it's important for single mom exhaustion to be eradicated. Okay, take care. Please take care of yourself.